Hello and welcome back to Guild Wars 2. In this episode I'm going to be going over the inventory tab, the mail tab, the Black Lion Trading Company tab, and obviously the bank. I'm just going to get straight into it. I'm not going to yabber on too much. This is where I am at the moment is Lion's Arch. This is the main centre hub of the world basically. But let's get into it anyway. So the inventory tab, when you first come into it, you get this interface here. When you first start in the game, you have one bag, which is this starter backpack, and then you have 4 empty slots in this corner here. Ignore this fifth one. I'll explain that in a second. Now, you start with 20 slots, and which is just this tab here. So now inventory, it's basically the exact same. You kill stuff in the world. They may drop something, or you may be harvesting something, and it'll go straight into your backpack. Now, it's a cool system. I like it. You can change the way it is. So if I go into this tab here, now collectibles. These are, now we'll explain them more in the bank, but these are basically crafting stuff and crafting items, more or less. You will pick up in the world, and you can deposit them straight into your bank. So you don't actually need to be anywhere near the bank to actually deposit them. So if you're out in the world and your inventory is getting full of stuff like crafting items and that, you can actually go into there. So if I hit inventory or I for the shortcut, click deposit all items, it'll deposit every single item in there which is designed for the collectible section, which is quite handy. Saves you having to run all the way back to put into your bank all the time, because otherwise you'll be doing that constantly, because you fill up quite quickly. You'd be surprised. Even with all these slots I have, I can fill quite quickly up with stuff and crap. Now, like I said, you always start with this backpack, but you do actually, as you quest along, you will actually get given these leather bags. Now, these only consist of 4 slots inside, so not really that large. But for what you're doing at the moment, you don't really need a large one anyway. So it's good for being a low level. And now these 8-slot rawhide leather packs are actually, I crafted them. So again, to get some of these bags, you need to craft them basically to get the higher up ones. Again, I would explain crafting in another video. I'm not going to go into this because you need to explain it a lot in crafting because it's quite in depth. But basically, you can increase the size by getting bigger bags basically. I do believe 24 is, I think it's 20 is the highest. I think it could be higher than that. Don't quote me on it. I don't know. The highest I've got at the moment is 8 slot bags, so I don't know. But finishing on bags. Now these bottom slots, you actually have 5 slots to start with. One's already taken up, so you can get 4 to put bags into. But this 5th one I actually unlock with gems. Now gems I will explain later on in the video to get in more detail. But basically, if you double click, you get this little lock icon. You can pay gems to unlock more slots for your bag slots. Obviously I did that. I used 400 gems and I've got an extra slot, so it increases your capacity some more. Now if I add another 8 slot rawhide leather pack, now that'd be cool, but other than that I've only got 4. That's all I've got. I need to craft some more. In the bottom right is your currency, so this tells you how much money you've got on you. It doesn't include what you got in the bank. That's separate, so this just tells you how much is on your character. And then karma is for you how much. That's another one I'll actually have to explain, but it's just you get karma from completing tasks and doing events, and you can use these on certain vendors and be able to purchase stuff bound to your account, I believe. You can't actually trade them, so you could be wary when you actually get that, but you can get some nice cool stuff. But I think that's that for inventory. Now if we go over to the bank, I'm going to explain that quickly. Exactly. Now the bank again is your... Oh, get off that tab. Now this is a stationary account, so actually no, this is funny. This is actually linked to all your characters. So if I've got 3 characters, so any of my 3 characters I can put stuff in here, and then any 3 characters can access any of the stuff in here. So handily, I can put some crafting items in here, let's say, or maybe some gear, and go, well, this weapon might be great for my other character. You can put it in there, and then your character can come to the bank if he finds a banker in somewhere in the world, and actually take them out and use them, which is quite. It saves actually mailing them because you can't actually mail to your own characters. You've got it. You can only mail to other people. So this is like a little system for you to be able to give stuff, items to your other characters. You do have to obviously log out of this character and go into the other one, but it's a cool system. I like it. Now you start with basically as you come into the bank, you start with 30 slots. That's what you get for free, and then again, ooh, I've gone too far from the banker. You do purchase more again with gems. Again, I'll explain what gems are later on in the video. Soon, don't worry. Basically, you can expand it down. I don't know how far expanded down. It might be a row. It might be just by 10. It might be by 30. I don't know. I haven't done it yet. I'm wanting to because it goes over the entire account. So I will be doing that later on. But basically, this is where you can just put stuff that I've made either valuable and you don't want to use right now, or just stuff that I'll just clog in your inventory, which is quite cool. Now, collections. Now, these are crafting stuff, basically. The bottom two tabs, I don't know exactly what they are. They're like mini pets, I think. I don't know, so I can't comment on them, but the 4 tabs above it are crafting items. Now, these used in the crafting section, and I will go into it, but basically, these are all the items you need to get into crafting. The low level items are at the top of the section, each category, and the higher value ones are at the bottom. So again, the lower down you are in that category, the more expensive they are. And I think the higher you've got to be the higher level to collect them, plus also you've got to be able to find them, because they're going to be in the high level areas. Which you can see I've got quite a few high level stuff. Now, like I said, this is for crafting, so I'm not going to go into it. You can actually fine tune it, so you can actually find particular ones. So if I want to find gemstones, you can just click on these and it'll go straight to wherever you want to go, so which is kind of cool. Now, coming out of the bank, you can deposit money actually. Saying that, you can put money in. At the moment I've got 1 gold in there, which is 100 silver. So it does tell you how much you can put money in there, so if you want to save it for a rainy day or transfer it to another character. Like I said, another character in your account can actually access this bank, so if your other character is running low on it, you can actually put the money in there and then your other character can get hold of it, so it's just kind of cool. And yeah, so that's the bank. Now explaining on the Black Lion Trading Company. Now this is where the gems come into play. Now this page here is designed for gems. This is a gem store. But I'm going to go to the currency exchange first and explain that one, because this is how you can get gems. Now there's 2 ways you can get gems. The one way is to use real money that you earn in the world in obviously real life, and pay real money for it and get gems. That is one way of doing it, but don't worry, this isn't a pay-to-win game. The other way is to trade gold for gems. Now, the cool system about this is it actually works on a currency exchange system. So, if I want to trade some money, so if I want to trade 3 silver, at the moment I can get 10 gems from it. But maybe later on in the week, or later on in the day, if I come back to this, I think it's every 12 hours or so, I might get 12 gems, or I may get more or less gems, depending on what the value is. So this market value here tells you the peak and the lows of the day. So the 5-day high was 29, the 5-day low was 24. At the moment it's round about 26. So you've got to keep that in mind. Now, again, you can do it the other way around if you feel like it. You can trade gems for gold. If you've got loads of gems and you want some more money, you can do that. It simply works both ways. Again, there's a separate system of how this works. Another separate market data, so it's completely different for what you think for the gems. So it's slightly different. So if I want to trade 8 gems, I get 1 silver and 47 copper. You may think, well, that's a bit less than what you were offering. You were offering 3 silver before. It says, yeah, that's how it works out. They con you out slightly when you use gems for gold. But yeah, there's 2 ways to get it. Now, the gem page is where you can buy Black Lion keys. These unlock certain chests in the world that are locked, which you can't access without these Black Lion keys, but you can actually find them in the world as well. So don't think you've got to grind out money for them. You can actually pick these up as loot as well, which is kind of cool. Now, these you can use to upgrade your game to Duelix Edition, or character slot expansions, or boosts, XP boosts and all that. There's loads of different stuff you can buy with gems, and you can get them wherever you are, so that's kind of cool. So yeah, now going to the trading post. This is where you can find items and buy items. This part section here. So it gives you also a list of items. So obviously the first tab is top valued, the next tab is top supplied items, the next one top demanded items, the next one's top traded. So it gives you a breakdown of each one. So the highest is always going to be at the top, and the lowest, well not lowest, but the lowest in that list is always going to be the bottom, obviously. Now if we go into the sell on trades, this is where you basically sell your items. Now say I want to sell a specific item, say I want to sell this scepter, right? I can set a price, but I can never go lower than the vendor's price. So if I hit 19, it'll pop up saying this red writing saying your unit price must be higher than the vendor's value. So obviously I can only sell at 20. And that's the lowest these people are selling it, so I just hit this button and it'll match the lowest seller. Now if I go and type higher, say 21, it is my own, so this tab comes highlighted again and you can actually click it and it'll just drop this down. Now the way they've done this is there is a listing fee for this, so if I sell this item, I click, oh, I want to sell it for basically 20 copper, it will actually take a listing fee for it, so I will only get really 19 back from it. And even if it doesn't sell, if you take your item back off there and you don't sell your item, you still won't get your listing fee back, so really you're still making a loss. So if you put an item on there, make sure you know you're going to sell it, otherwise you're just wasting your own money at the end of the day. Now 1 copper's not a lot, but the high-end items actually cost more, so keep that in mind. Now with the selling items, only certain items you can actually sell. You cannot sell items bounded to your account, so I'm trying to look here. Some of these items are actually bounded to my account, but you can't sell items that are bound to your account. So if I go into the Heroes tab, I will actually go this over in my next video. If I try selling this this sword here, it actually says right at the bottom of the tab, so if you can actually go right at the bottom, just under where it says recover, reuse, recycle, blah blah blah. Now if you go right at the bottom it says soulbound, and that means I cannot sell this. This is bound to my character. I cannot sell it or even give it to another character. It's stuck on my character, so I cannot sell it. I could possibly vendor it. Ooh, excuse me. But that's it. You can't actually do anything else. Which it sucks a bit, but I guess it stops from high-end items sometimes being just oversold, because a lot of these high-end items you can actually get hold of quite easily, and then you could just flood the entire system full of them in the marketplace. So it stops some items being sold quite a lot of, because some of them you get mission rewards from. Now the last tab is actually mail. Mail's quite interesting actually. Mail is where you get rewards from for doing the tasks, or hearts as I call them. Now you complete a heart task, it'll pop up sending you this message saying saying blah blah blah, saying compensated and all that. Is your little reward for you, and then a little sign obviously, and then it'll say down here, tell you what's in it, what's in the mail. So I don't know, 48 copper say. There'll be a take all button. Because I've already taken this, it's disappeared. But you hit the take all button and then it gets deposited straight into your accounts, your character's money bag basically. Sometimes it'll pop up giving you these. Now these are main story quests. These are your personal story. These are just giving you a little insight so you can read into them and get more involved in your story, which I think is great. The other one is pops up at certain levels. You get these. Now these are dungeon runs. Now I think as you get higher up to level 30, 40, 50, 60, these will pop up each time you get to each one of those levels, and it'll just say, I think you're high enough for this to come into here now. Why don't you come and have a go? And the final one is from your friends or from other people. Now these again you can actually send stuff to your friends. So if I hit there and say I want to trade an item, so I go, I want to trade this, you just drag it across, put it in there, and then you can send it to whoever you want. So you can send it to your friend if you felt like it, if he wants it, or send it to someone else. There's that much cool stuff. So say someone's got an item you want, and then you've got an item he wants, you can actually trade it to each other. But I think that's it for now. I hope I've explained everything well enough. I'm trying not to make this video too long, and I'm trying not to go too quickly by rambling on. But that is the basic system for now. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you've enjoyed me explaining this. Obviously I've gone over the inventory, mail, the Black Lion Trading Company and the bank. If there's anything you feel like I've missed out or said wrong, please let me know. Leave a comment and I'll try and correct it in the video. Or in the next video, whichever you see possible. Now, well, as always, thanks for watching. Please rate and subscribe. Now I'm going to leave the little dance, if I can. Can I do that? Type the word /dance, and my player will do a nice little jig for you. And he actually sounds like Michael Jackson, a bit, which is a bit weird, when he's doing the little dance. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I hope we watch the next video, and, well, I'll see you all next time. So, I'll see you later. Bye.